Responsiveness. Responsiveness, writes Michelle Druin, she's a professor of psychology, is one of the crucial elements of parenting, and one of the most important things you can do as a parent to nurture a child, she says. And of mobile phones, she writes this: through my responsiveness to my phone or iPad's demands, am I nurturing that too? After all, I carefully swipe its screen to remove smudges. That's caring contact, isn't it? I carry it with me everywhere I go and have it in my hand. Skin-to-screen bonding, she says. I get nervous and anxious if I cannot find it. Isn't that separation anxiety? Michelle Druin is researching the effects of technology on our human relationships, and unsurprisingly, she's found that the constant everyday interruptions, technoference, she calls it, can and do impact our relationships, our work, our productivity, our life. She says when a person chooses to attend to their phone rather than to us, especially when we're making efforts to engage them, it sends the message, of course, that the phone is more important than we are. Now, I've spent the last week struggling with a bad bout of COVID. Heaven knows what it would have been like had I not been triple jabbed. And I've reflected on how distracted it's made me feel, more so than usual anyway, unable to concentrate on anything properly. It's also made me reflect on the nature of time and our use of time. If you've read Oliver Burkeman's excellent 4,000 Weeks, he speaks of how our days are often just spent getting through tasks in order to get them out of the way, in the hope, finally, of getting round to what really matters. What really matters, that's spending time, more of our time on those people and things that we care most deeply about. The result is that we live mentally in the future rather than in the present, and we fail to acknowledge, of course, that in fact the to-do list will never be completed. As I make hundreds of small choices throughout a day, what email to respond to, what task to focus on, I'm also closing off the possibility of a load of other choices. The Latin word decidere, the English to decide, decidere means to cut off. Decidere, deciding on one thing, means slicing away alternatives. So I ask you, and of course, really, I'm asking myself, what things are distracting you from attending to the people and things that you care most deeply about? The things that will bring real joy and satisfaction and peace of mind, peace of heart. What things can you slice away, or at least be more intentional about controlling? The Roman philosopher Seneca said, "This space that's been granted to us rushes by so speedily, so swiftly, that all, save a very few, find life at an end just when they are getting ready to live." And Jesus, in Luke's Gospel, says, "Martha, Martha, you're worried and distracted by many things. There is need of only one thing."